Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video with Electric Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual girl putting everybody on alongside a whole lot of other things. But today in this video, guys, I want to talk about something that it's kind of been on my mind lately. As usual, I feel like most of these topics are usually things that are on my mind a lot. But what's been on my mind lately is basically talking about, well, actually, first, before we get into that, it's about self-empowerment, obviously, but I'm probably gonna reinstate this throughout the video. But my sisters and I have officially dropped our YouTube channel for the Eternal Starlight. Hey, boo, love you too. Let me try to put it in the chat so that you guys can like see it. But the Eternal Starlight has officially dropped our YouTube channel. So my sisters and I we're all together doing our thing. And yeah, you guys are going to see a lot more of us and things like that, which I'm very happy and excited about. But of course, we'll talk about that a little bit later because right now we got important things to talk about. So with that being said, guys, today in this video, I want to talk about what it is, hey guys, to be basically what self-empowerment does for you in your reality as an empowered person. And I'm going to tell you guys this in a way that y'all have to understand that every single thing that you do, every single thing that you're part of, every single thing that you put yourself into, mentally speaking, if you're going to entertain anything, whatever it is, you have to remember that a lot of power comes out of you basically empowering yourself as a person. And alongside you knowing that, the whole thing is that your entire reality shifts. It changes. Everything changes for you. The second that you start to actually, it's like you want to say love yourself, and you can say that, but it's really about having a high self-concept. You know what I'm saying? It's about you being able to be as extremely empowered within yourself as you could possibly be, and understanding that there is, no reason to assume anything other than you having that kind of power within you, because you genuinely do. Like, you are an extremely powerful person, and you're somebody who gets every single thing that you want, no matter what it is. At the end of the day, it's always going to be your way or no way, right? So what it is to basically practice self-empowerment and the power that you gain through that is basically just your belief system letting you know that because you are not settling for anything, you're not gonna sit down for shit, right? Like, you're not gonna sit here and try to go after something that you know that you deserve better from. Basically, all of these choices that y'all make, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just copying and pasting this. All of the power that you get from being that way is it changes your life in every single way, shape, and form. So it's not just one thing or the other where, you're settling for shit that you don't want in one area, but you're not in the other. It's like every single area becomes extremely empowered because you're letting yourself see it that way. You're letting yourself live as that. You're basically just not settling for anything, as you shouldn't. Okay. You should never settle for anything. But please understand that the more empowered that you are mentally speaking, it's the easier that everything in your reality will become for you to make decisions in favor of you, as opposed to being afraid or overthinking things. That's like a big thing. I'm sure as y'all know, some people overthink a lot of the decisions that they make, even when it's like them standing up for themselves, them doing the right thing for themselves, things like that. Some people overthink that like crazy because they're afraid of what could come out of that if they decide to actually stand up for themselves in that way. And I want y'all to understand that even if at first it seems a little bit scary, because I honestly was like that for a very long time. I was really, really, really afraid to stand up for myself. I was afraid to not settle. I was afraid to tell people no, to say no to things that I didn't want. I was afraid of a lot of things because I honestly did not know what would happen. I thought that I had to deal with shitty things. I thought that I had to deal with shitty people. I thought that like things like that, you just had to deal with them and whatever, like that's it. Basically, that's literally just how I thought. I was like, okay, that's it, like I can't really do anything else. But the truth is that obviously that's not the truth. You're not supposed to settle with any of these things. You're not supposed to take anything that you don't want in your reality in the form of a yes if you mean no, genuinely speaking. And I mean in all ways, shapes, and forms, guys. Opportunities, people coming to you, friendships, everything, like love, even the money that you earn, the jobs that you have, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, the places that you go to, the school that you go to. For me, if it's like the rink that I go to, my rink has to be perfect, obviously, because I'm not going to settle with some shit that I don't want. And that's where you see how I talk like this now, right? Like, you see how empowered I am through me talking about things like this in this way, how easy it is for me to say these things to y'all, even to myself. I mean, especially to myself, of course, but to y'all. You see how easy it is for me to just say this to y'all? Like, yeah, like you have to stand up for what you believe in. You have to do what the fuck you deserve. Do not settle for anything less than best. Get everything that you want. Y'all see how I'm talking about as openly as this. there was a time when people would feel really triggered by that. Like, there was a time where I remember I've spoken about this plenty on this channel, but I remember one time, like, on TikTok, I gained a lot of confidence and people were literally, like, thrown off from it. And it was crazy because I didn't realize how red that energy was, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't peep that people would peep that so hard, but people did, and people were, like, getting triggered by that. I remember they were like, "Oh, whoa, like, what's going on here?" and all this stuff, and I was like, "Whoa, like, that's crazy that I'm getting a response like that because you wouldn't think that, right?" But the thing is that when you learn how to love yourself in this way, it's not that you'll trigger people. I know that that's usually a big thing, and honestly, you will, low key, but it's not anything that has to affect you, of course. I trigger people all the time, but it doesn't affect me. But it goes to show that, like, you become so comfortable in this version of yourself that's so empowered that everything becomes a natural state of just it is what you say that it is, and that's it. Like, you're not settling for less. You're not gonna take no for an answer. You're not gonna say that this world is limited for you or that this world isn't your oyster, whatever else that you feel actually limits you. It becomes supernatural for you to just assume, yeah, I can do anything that I want to do. I can manifest anything that I want to manifest. If I say this is mine, it's mine. If I want this, that, whatever, if I want it this way, if I assume that, if I intend that, if I manifest that, it's done, it's mine, all that great stuff. And on top of that, you're also not settling for less from anyone, from anything, nothing like that, right? It just becomes super natural for you to just live this way. Okay. So eventually you're going to get to a point, which you already are there, period, because we said so. Of course, like, it's your choice, but you could choose it right now. But once you make these choices and you actually persist in them, you're going to see your life drastically change in a lot of different ways. And I mean in every single way, actually. Even for another example, I remember when I started to, like, really get self-empowered and I had, like, a lot of power in me that I recognize, okay, because we're all very powerful people. You may not recognize that, but the things that you have to recognize that because it's literally part of who you are. You are a very powerful person. As you realize that, for example, for me, I remember a few years ago, I gained a lot of confidence. And for me, I started gaining a lot of confidence when I went on YouTube and started talking to y'all about the law of assumption, because the law of assumption really helped me gain a lot of confidence and self-concept in myself, a very high self-concept. And I remember I was triggering people in my family because they just couldn't understand. It's almost like, where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you were so different before, this, that, whatever. It's because with those people, they have to learn that for themselves. They have to learn what it is to be empowered because they see that as a threat unintentionally because they're just not used to it. They can't fathom it. They don't understand it. They don't know why you're on that timing. It doesn't make sense because they never saw you that way before. But the thing is that now you've completely 180'd your life mentally speaking, to the extent of letting things be good for you, of actually choosing things that make you happy, of actually getting what you want in your life and in your reality in such a simple and beautiful way that it's just like, yeah, absolutely. Like, this is literally how it was always supposed to be. And now that I know that, I'm practicing it. Let me be a great example to all of y'all as to what it is to have a great high self-concept, to be empowered within yourself. And that right there is also something that you gain. Like I was stating, the power that you gain from self-empowerment. These are all power moves. These are huge power moves. It's not something to sleep on. Like, I know as y'all are hearing me, you can feel the energy behind it because it's that strong. Okay. It's not something where you're like, oh, that sounds too good to be true, or it sounds unrealistic. No, like, you feel how realistic it is because it just is. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone has this power within them. And I know that when y'all hear things like this, it only reminds you of the powers that y'all have within yourselves that you are meant to tap into and stay there with. And as you continue doing that, you're only going to, again, become a lot stricter in your reality. You're going to get a lot stricter. You're not going to settle for shit. I'm telling you right now. Okay. So get ready. If you had some friends that you knew were not it, if you're settling with a partner that you know is not it, if you're at a shitty job you hate, believe me when I say this, self-empowerment is going to kick you out of them places in a way that's going to help you, obviously. So as you leave them, you're going to glow up in another area. You're going to find better. You're going to naturally find better. And not even just that, but you're intending better. Your intention is what manifests. So if you're intending the best and you're intending to find everything that you're looking for in your life, you're intending to find basically perfection in your own highest favor, whatever you deem to be perfect for you. You're looking for that. You're going to find that because you're the person who is creating this for yourself, especially now that you understand that you deserve so much better than anything else ever before. Okay, so it's no longer the same sob story that has nothing to do with you. It's just not there anymore. Okay, and I also want y'all to understand, like, to know as well as this with the self-empowerment and the power that you gain from it, is that the more that you look within yourself, the more that you look towards you for answers, to basically help you even manifest things. You know, some people come to me and they talk about how overwhelmed that they feel while they're manifesting and things like that. Understandable things, obviously, but the thing is that when you feel that way, it's because you're not looking within yourself. And that's something that I've learned a lot. As y'all know, I've talked to y'all a lot about me finding my way with the law of assumption, right? I've talked to y'all about me going basically my own way, my own path for me to manifest what I want in my own way, even if other people aren't doing it, whatever. I found what worked best for me. And that was the power that I gained through empowering myself through the law of assumption. Do you get what I'm saying? Basically, I paved my own way. I created it because I had enough self-concept, like a high enough self-concept for me to just be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing and I'm going to be great and it's going to be okay and it will be, and it was beyond better than I ever thought. Okay? And the same thing goes for anything else in your reality. If you're worried about something, if you don't know what's going to happen, if you even feel insecurities and you have like this huge fear wall in front of you, maybe you feel envious of other people. I don't know why that word envy kept coming up for some reason. Maybe some of y'all feel that way unintentionally. I'm going to tell y'all, even with those energies or like the way that you feel envy, all that, that is still something that you can reclaim your power from. So it's not like, oh, I'm such an envious, jealous person, or I'm so insecure and that's just it. It's not it. Like, you don't have to sit there and settle with that. You don't have to take, it's not a part of your character. Don't let that be a part of your personality description, because it really does not have to be. It's your choice if you want to make it that way, but I don't see why you would. You know what I mean? Because you obviously deserve a lot better than to assume less of yourself. So through all these experiences and through all the way that you're feeling about maybe insecurity, sadness, past traumas, things like that that have gotten you in some way for some time, you're always able to work out of these things because you're not meant to stay there. You're beyond and above that stuff, obviously. And besides that, the more that you realize your power in this way, like I was stating, the easier that everything else becomes for you to just let everything be super simple for you. So you will no longer see people through the eyes of envy. You will be very inspired by them. You'll be very happy for them because you would naturally know through your power within that there's enough space for everyone to win. If you're insecure, you're no longer going to see everyone as maybe your competition too, or comparison. Everything's a comparison. No, it's no longer going to be that way, because with the power that you have within, you're going to see everyone and everything as something that uplifts you, that makes you feel even more beautiful. Oh, you have a pimple? Doesn't really matter because it doesn't change shit, right? You're going to assume obviously differently than that. You don't have a pimple, period. But the whole point is that everything is a flex for you. Okay. Everything is an enormous flex. Nothing here deters anything. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't downgrade nothing. Everything is up from here. And that is a choice that you make through your assumption of letting things be that great for you. And, you know, anything else really, if you're manifesting love, if you're manifesting money, if you're manifesting a new house, if you're manifesting beauty, all these things, the empowerment that you have within yourself is there to help lead you in the direction of you successfully manifesting all these things in your very highest favor. And the best part is that it will work every single time if you allow it to. And it really does. It really does. You have to be the person who basically goes above and beyond all that shit that ever made you feel limited in that way. And you just have to remember that these things they're not allowed to put you in a box, okay? They're not allowed to keep you from seeing you as who you are, you know, because I mean, seriously, I have like so many examples. Every single time I talk about things like this, I always have so many examples for y'all in my own personal life, because I've been through these kinds of things upside down, left and right, in every single area, way, shape, like all the ways that you could ever imagine. Believe me when I say I've been there. Okay. So even with this, it's like, I remember a time when I used to think that I was stuck in a box, and I really actually believed that. Okay. I was afraid more because I don't think I actually believed that, but I was afraid of that. I remember that I thought that this was all that there was. Like, I was insecure. I didn't feel good about myself. Is life going to be forever just trying to be the best that you can be, but never being that? Things like that. And I would think to myself, like, fuck, like, there's no way that this is it. Like, there's no way that this is just how life is, even if you see other people around you being that way. Because, you know, you don't gain those ideas yourself, right? You gain these ideas through maybe, yes, like experiences, yes, maybe through yourself, through the form of experiences, but usually you see other people behaving this way. You're surrounded by people who feel this way. You're surrounded by people who talk that way. And that kind of rubs off on you because the people that you're surrounded by, energies mix, right? So, you know, I was just very stuck in this box that was imaginary as fuck. Like, I was literally in a cage that was completely open, you know, just assuming I was stuck, and I wasn't. And through me wanting, that's the biggest thing, is like desire. Through the desire, of you wanting to go above and beyond, of you wanting to excel, exceed, and get past all that shit, that is what sets you free. That's what shows you what kind of power you have inside. Because in order to get out the box, even if there are no walls in your box, okay, let's say your imaginary cage is definitely imaginary, but in order for you to break through the illusion, you just have to make these changes within yourself that prove to you how powerful you are. But that is power that you're building. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it takes power for you to break through these illusions, basically. And once you've gotten to that point of empowerment, self empowerment, so strongly, you usually never go back to that mindset again. You know what I'm saying? At least not permanently. Definitely, well, let's not say anything. Definitely not temporary. Definitely not permanently, for sure. But it would be very difficult for you to, no, it would be very difficult, no quote, air quotes. It would be very difficult for y'all to unintentionally go back to a place that y'all don't want to be at. It would be very difficult. You would have to actually be committed to that, okay? But we all know that because you've chosen to get yourself up out of this imaginary box, which we all know how much effort it took, because I know for me, it took me a lot of fucking effort, because that box was it was fake, it wasn't there, but damn, did I believe it was. You got me? You see, the mind creates things, right? So I thought, like, yeah, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. No, actually I wasn't. And it took me a lot of power to get out of that, because I had to understand, girl, if you want better, you gotta like get better. You gotta assume better. You have to be persistent with better, because even then some days you think, okay, I'm gonna like really get myself out of this spot, I'm gonna like empower myself, I'm gonna feel powerful because I deserve to be confident. But then you're not even keeping up with that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just say, I'm a bad bitch, and then the whole day it's like depression, bro. It's like the whole day, it's not even depression, it's like the whole day you're shitting on yourself, consciously speaking. That is not going to help you skyrocket. Like, that's not gonna help you, bro. You have to be persistent, because even for myself, there were days that I was not persisting. I remember there were days that I just felt like I couldn't do it. I was like, bro, this is bullshit. Like, I can't do this. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. But no, I got to a point where even with all these limiting beliefs and all this BS about I can't do it, whatever, whatever, I got to a point where I was like, bro, I want to be happy. Like, I want to be fucking happy. I don't want to feel this way anymore. So what do? When you get to a point of hitting rock bottom, the only way out, the only way from there is up, okay? So if you're all the way at rock bottom, that's not the end, and it's not going to stay there. Like, you're not going to just be stuck in this fucking pit where you think that nothing is ever going to get better. Bro, you can choose better if you want things to get better for you. Like, it's literally your choice. It's your choice. It's 110% your choice, but you have to choose wisely, and you have to choose strongly, and you have to be very adamant about these things, because even then there may be some people who will unintentionally try to bring you down, but it's not because they don't want to see you succeed. It's because they don't believe that they can succeed themselves. But even with that, it's like, you can't let any of these things stop you. That's why you having this self-empowerment, how it gives you so much power, it's because now you are a leader, okay? That's what having power does, okay? When you have that self-empowerment, when you believe in yourself, you have self-confidence, you have a high self-concept, people look to you naturally. They just do. You don't even have to be someone who's in, you could be extroverted, introverted, you could be anything, but believe me when I say, when you have confidence, the whole world sees that and they turn to you naturally, because they feel the aura about you. Like, they feel like you know what you're talking about. They feel like you know what you're doing. You have a direction. You can help lead. You can help point, give pointers, give directions, show people where to go. And that is what, for example, for me, YouTube has really done for me in terms of me speaking to y'all, is that it's helped me build such a strong foundation in terms of leadership. Okay, something that I never even really saw myself as. Like, I never really saw myself as a leader like that, but I know that I am, and that's what you all are too. Like, we all are. I'm a leader because I see that in myself. I see that through the empowerment that I have, but so do y'all. Like, you guys are all leaders within your own lives. You guys are literally the trailblazers. Is that what they say? Yeah, like the trailblazers, basically. You guys are the people who set the example within your realities for other people to follow. And that means showing people what it is to be great, to believe in themselves, and to manifest a lot of greatness, to be happy in all areas of their life, to have things their way, to succeed generally, period. You are the prime example. And that is a choice that you have made for yourself, because I made that choice too. Yeah, maybe I didn't initially think, oh, I'm going to be a leader, but my self-empowerment led me there, and I took that on with pride, just like y'all should be too. okay? So even if it's not online, whatever, who cares about that, right? You don't have to be online, you don't have to post videos, you don't have to do anything like that. Be an example to the people around you in your everyday life. You guys are part of my everyday life, which is why I'm here to be an example to y'all. But if I didn't have like social medias and stuff like that, I would just be like I was before, an example to those in my everyday life. So the people that you meet on a day-to-day basis, you show them what it is to be self-empowered just by you being you. You don't have to sit there and pep talk to them and try to make them see things differently. You don't have to do that. You just have to be yourself, because you being yourself is a natural guide for them to go in that direction too. Okay? It's not like, oh, I'm being myself and they're all hating. No, baby. Like, even if it seems that way, believe me when I say they are all very inspired by a person like yourself, and you should be very proud of that, because there's a lot of power in you seeing yourself in this way. There's a lot of power in you being as strong as you are, as you believing in yourself as much as you do, as you understanding that you deserve so much better than to settle for anything in this life, because you don't at all. Everyone deserves better. Everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone and everything in this reality, all the good people, of course, everyone with the heart that wants to get better genuinely, you all are only going to continue to get better in your realities, and it's all going to be because you are allowing yourself to, and because you're choosing to see yourself as the most empowered person that you could possibly be within your reality as a whole. And that's what you deserve more than anything else. You'll have to understand, it is very serious. It's always been very serious. I know that people are gradually getting on board with that. I feel it more and more, honestly, especially with everything going on. People are realizing their power. That's what I want more than anything. But as you realize this power, please, guys, apply it. Please let yourself be that. Please let yourself be the prime example for people around you who you feel like maybe don't have the best direction for themselves because of limiting beliefs, of circumstantial 3D things, whatever. Understandable, but you're here to show them what it is to be the most empowered versions of themselves that they could possibly be, just like you taught yourself how to be just that, okay? This is all something that we are interconnected with. So as I improve, y'all improve. As y'all improve, I improve. Everyone improves. But we make these choices together. Like, I choose to be empowered, so I am, and I will be forevermore, because I see that in myself, just like y'all do within yourselves too, okay? This is very serious. Please just be who you are. Be the most empowered version of yourself that you could possibly be. And I promise you're going to see your life drastically change all around you, which I honestly feel like a lot of y'all are tapping into that. I feel like naturally a lot of you guys are just learning that. Honestly, I feel like some of y'all are learning that through being here, which is great. I'm really happy about that. But yeah, I feel like as y'all continue living your best lives and doing the things that y'all do, you're going to see a lot more proof of that manifest all around you, like a lot of greatness. So be very happy about that, guys. It's a very blessed life that we all have, genuinely. Even if it seems at times like it's not, it is. We're very lucky to be here. It's like, I don't even want to say we're lucky, but like in this sense, I feel humbled. I feel like we're all very blessed to be here, genuinely. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say right now about that. 2222. Whoa, timestamp crazy. It's never, I'm never done talking. Be honest, I'm never done talking, especially about this stuff like this. I'm so like strong-minded about these things in the way that I just want to keep talking about them because they're so important. But you already know there will always be more time for that, always, because I'm never going to stop talking about these things. And we're just going to keep on helping the world and making the world feel as empowered as it is supposed to be, because it really is, guys. We're so freaking powerful. Do y'all see how much power we have? And if you don't, pay attention, open your eyes. We all are. And maybe you feel spiritually strong, or maybe you feel spiritually empowered but not physically. Go empower yourself in all areas. Okay, that's something I've really learned to work on. Excuse me. I want to be empowered in my mind, body, soul, spirit, everything, all of it. So I practice that. I really do. And I know that y'all can too. Push your own limits in that way. Feel a little bit uncomfortable because your ego can't believe it. But just understand that you'll make it through. Like, you'll make it through and you'll feel so much better at the end. You'll be the most empowered version and it's going to be great, because that's where you're supposed to be, of course. But all right then, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this. Right now I'm going to read the comments and everything as always, but thank you guys so much for listening, because this is, again, a very important topic. I'm so happy to be able to talk about things like this with you guys. You guys are literally angels. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for everything. And I officially like kind of quit TikTok, by the way. I know that I already told y'all this, but I saw my TikTok account up. I have a lot of drafts on there. I'm editing them and then I'm getting them out. I don't know if I should delete my account though. That's the only thing. I don't know if I should delete it because I don't want to just leave it there. But maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But Yes, guys. Okay, I'm gonna read the comments, but first, again, my sisters and I dropped our YouTube channel. I'm so excited. You guys, I know you guys are gonna love it. Like, I'm really excited because I know that y'all are on our same timing. So we're gonna start like posting on there, and we're gonna start doing lives too eventually, which is gonna be so cool. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But go ahead and subscribe if y'all want to like get ahead and everything. You know, I just want to thank you guys for growing with us too, because I remember I announced the Eternal Starlight in July of 2023, which is crazy. That was like 3 years, almost 3 years ago. But we've been working so hard on the Eternal Starlight, like so much, and we finally got everything done. Like we got our banner up. My sister finally completed it. My sister, who makes my subliminal backgrounds, the girls in it, she made the background. So yeah, if y'all want commissions from her, whatever, she also has services. She can do drawings for you guys. But okay, let's read these. Hey guys, I love you. Oh my god, you guys are so cute. Yes, Statue of Liberty. Love the confidence so much. Thank you. I love the energy. So like for real. Thank you for that. Someone said, I stopped over consuming content about law of assumption, but I genuinely love you and I'm pushing myself to apply what I already know. But can you tell me if I am assuming time delay for manifestation to come? You're so sweet. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for, yeah, I'm just glad that you're here. Just don't stress yourself out with me or anyone else. Okay. That's the only thing. But let me see. Bro, you want to know one thing really fast before I answer that question? I want to get like a mic to talk so y'all can hear me even clearer. But I'm not trying to have y'all hear my swallowing noises. That shit's nasty, bro. Like imagine me drinking water. Ugh, gross. Anyway, or like me burping. Ugh. Anyway, I don't know. Let's see what happens. But okay. So I don't believe that you're manifesting time delay. I feel like the biggest thing with people who think that they may be unintentionally manifesting time delays is if they believe that for themselves. If they think like, oh, I'm pushing it back, it's my fault, whatever. Even then it's like it's not your fault. The best advice I could give you for someone who's assuming in favor of like their time and things like that is to always assume it is done right now, even if you have a spiraling moment, even if you feel triggered, even if you say, oh my god, it's taking forever. It's fine if you say those things for the one time. Don't stay there with it. But if you're going to say those things, pick it right back up. You got to stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to make these decisions in your favor, and you should make it work for you. So don't sit here and settle with, oh, blah, 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 it takes so much time, whatever. No, make it happen right now, because even then it's still happening right now. It's not like, oh, I've been saying that for so long, so great, whatever. No, cancel all that. That shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you said it a billion times. The point is that you recollected yourself now, and so now it's all happening for you. Okay? So don't worry, don't overthink it, and definitely keep it very simple for yourself. I'm really happy that you're doing that. But remember to keep it simple for yourself. It's very important, but remember, you're always the creator. You can always decide differently. And if you decide differently right now, so it is, period. Someone said, I appreciate and value your confidence, strength, experience, self-mastery, self-reflection, process improvement. Thank you so much. I'm taking a picture of that. I'm saving this. I'd be saving a lot of the things that y'all say. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so fucking sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Electric Abundance Planning. A. Love it. Beautiful. Thank you. Someone said, oh, thank you. Hey girl, you look fire as always. Thank you. That's so sweet. Genuinely. That means a lot. Thank you. You look so fire. So much. Someone said, I'm so scared. I'm manifesting my mom's death. You're not. Please help. She's crazy, but she needs to stay alive. She's not gonna die, bro. She's not gonna die. This is literally the shit that I would stress out over when I was little. I'm not even kidding. I used to like legitimately think I was gonna like make people die and stuff like that. I didn't. You're not manifesting your mom's death. You're probably just concerned about her, but she's not going to die, I promise. And if you want a lot of security behind that in terms of this manifestation, I think that you should, I'm not laughing at you. It's just like, I feel like it's low-key like funny, like it's cute because you're really not doing that. So don't worry. But basically, what I was saying is that if you really want a lot of confidence in that, assume that your mother cannot be affected by what you assume about that. Like, just be like, she can't be affected. Like, she literally cannot be touched by these assumptions. So don't worry. Remind yourself of that, even if you have a fear, and that fear will eventually go away naturally. So don't worry. Okay. You're not manifesting her death. You're not manifesting anyone's death. I promise. Never assume that, guys, unless they're like horrible people, like the people in the files, for example. Anyway, someone said, Sending my best wishes to you. And me to you. Thank you, love. Thank you for that so much. So sweet. Hey, Jada Thompson, what's up? Someone said, "What do you think about perfectionism while manifesting?" I think do it at your own pace, do it the way you want. I don't think perfectionism is at all a necessity at all. I mean, do you sit here and perfectly assume left, right, upside down when you don't notice that you're assuming? Like, do you sit here and say, it's going to be a great day, better be a great day, it's going to be this kind of day? You can do those things, but you don't generally go all in on that stuff because you just assume that it's a great day. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that perfectionism is okay as long as you have it under control and you don't feel crazy about it. And if you're one of those people who like having routines, I feel like that's fine. But generally, I'm not big on that. I don't really care. I like to keep it as natural with my life as possible. So whatever is natural in my life is what I will let. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Is whatever I'm gonna get in my reality, basically. Okay. So I think it's fine with that. Like perfectionism. It is your choice, but never something you have to focus on, I promise. Can you talk about chakra alignment? Yes, chakra alignment. I actually love chakra alignment. I actually do Reiki healing and everything on my website if anyone wants one. But basically with chakra alignment, I think it's super important to really be able to like touch base with the way that you feel with all of your chakras, because you always consciously know how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like with your heart chakra, with your throat chakra, with your sacral chakra, things like that. Once you understand the properties of each chakra, you would be able to then analyze how you feel about yourself in your reality. You know what I mean? Like some people, I would tell them like your heart chakra is a little bit closed now because you probably don't feel fully comfortable loving people around you. Maybe you don't accept love. And they would tell me how they feel. They'd be like, oh, yeah, it's really hard for me to give love. It's really hard for me to accept it. Things like that. So I think that if you touch base with what each chakra means and you look into yourself to find out how you feel about it too, it's going to give you a lot of clarity, and it does work a lot. So it's great. I think that keeping up with this kind of stuff is like very healthy. I don't generally do it all the time, honestly, like consciously in that way where I sit down and I'm like each chakra, but I do think about each part of me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I always reflect and check in with myself. So I think chakra alignment's great. And I think that it's really, what's it called? It's like really powerful. Okay, someone said, oh, about the TikTok. Someone said you can private your TikTok and then delete what you when you for sure want it. Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking about that because the thing is that it's like no, I can't hold on to ego, bro. It's like my ego wants to be like, oh, it's an era, like you know what I mean? I'm saying? Like my whole page is a fucking era on there. I've had so much history on there with all my videos, and there's like so many videos that people still watch and things like that. But I mean, like it's not worth it. It's not worth me being surveillanced, right? Or anyone. Absolutely not. I don't want to feed into it. Like I'd rather be a part of the people who left it because I feel like that's really empowering and it shows that y'all stand on business and things like that. So it's a big jump in a way, but I feel like if I have to let it go, I will. Like it's fine, you know? So thank you for saying that though. That's actually good advice. Maybe I will go private. Thank you though. Someone said, oh my God, I love the girls on your subliminals. They're so cute. They remind me of metaphysical fat stalls. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. My sister makes all of them. She creates them based off of people that she feels inspired by, or even some of y'all. Some of you guys, I don't know if y'all knew this, but if you guys want her, maybe I should put up another post. But if you guys want her to make a subliminal girl based off of you or someone that you want to design for her, you can tell her. Like if you want someone with, let's say, tan skin, dark curly hair, red freckles, or something like that, like anything, red eyes, something beautiful, you just tell her and then, you know, she can do it. So yeah, if you guys want that, I'll tell her to make another post, then we can share it. Because I remember one time we did that and like a bunch of people said a bunch of different things that they wanted, and it was really cute. I thought it was really sweet. I loved it. But okay, someone said, can you talk about how can we keep being positive even with everything that's happening around the world? I love you. I love you too, boo. Okay. Yes, I absolutely can. This is one of my favorite topics. Absolutely. Okay. So the whole thing with this is that it seems like everything's falling to shit, right? Okay. I want y'all to understand things were actually shittier here when nobody knew about these things. I'm being completely honest, right? Because the thing is that with all the hidden shit from before where none of this was spoken about, you're crazy, conspiracy theory, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? And I'm sure y'all remember about like 2 lives ago, I went online to look up the Pizzagate conspiracy, and it still says it's a conspiracy online, even though it's literally not. Okay, so the whole thing is that you have to literally tap into the optimism within you, and you have to understand why, even with everything happening in the world, what is the good that's coming out of it? For one, people are being saved now, okay? Even though there's still a lot of shit going on, okay? That stuff's not done. We're manifesting it as though, in Jesus' name, like it literally is done. The whole thing is that now that we know about all these things, people aren't letting other people rest, right? Every day has been like a fight, at least from where I'm seeing things on Twitter. I'm seeing it all left, upside down, left and right. People are going off. People are not letting it rest. People are calling people out. These are very important steps, because the more noise that you make, the more uncomfortable you make those who are guilty, and the more that you make them the more that you make them feel uncomfortable, is the more that everything comes falling down, because all of this is an illusion. I don't know if y'all saw in the Epstein files, maybe y'all didn't, but Bill Gates said to Epstein that he wanted to find a way to get rid of all the poor people. Or he was like, how do we get rid of all the poor people? He literally said that, like some fucking sycophant, okay? So he said that. And I remember when I read that, I was like, okay, thank you for confirming even more that you guys are not the ones who are fucking in charge. Because I felt like that was such a powerless thing to say. I don't know how to explain it. It kind of reminded me, y'all know the movie, what is that movie called? The one that Barack Obama made. That This Is the End. Is that what it's called? This Is the End. The one with Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts. The one where the world is like ending. I remember after that, Barack Obama dropped a message about it, and he was like, he said something I'll never forget. He was like, people think that we're the ones in control when really no one's in control. And what that means is that natural disasters are the ones who are in control. Okay. This earth is in control. This earth will take whoever it needs to take. Okay. So the people that you think are actually empowered, quote unquote, they're not. They're not at all empowered. They want you to believe that because they think that it obviously brings them up. It makes them feel better about themselves. They feel like they have more of a backup. They have more supplies. They have more this, more that. But the truth is that nobody is in control in that way. We are the people who are more in control than they are, because we are the people who feed these things. We're the people who buy things. We're the people who look at things, participate in things, support people, do things. If they didn't have any of that, there would be no businesses. There would be no one here to suffer at all, because there would be nothing to gain from it. That's how money has value. It's because we've given it so much value. But that's the thing, is that now that we know all these things, you have to understand how powerful you really are, how much of a leg up you have on all this shit. And basically the exposure of everyone that you thought was so perfect at one point in time. You thought this rapper, this singer, these people, oh my god, like they're celebrities. You could never go wrong. These people are going to have you assume that they're going to have legacies forever. Like you really think that. But at the end of the day, when you're a shitty person, that gets exposed, it's over. It's literally over, okay? Be happy that people are being exposed. Be happy that these people are going down. Be happy that even though it seems like they're not, because I've seen a lot of people saying that, like, oh, nothing's happening, baby, it's happening. Like, we're the revolution, period. It's not going to be, the revolution will not be televised for real. It's not going to be, because it's too loud, it's too scary, especially to all those who don't want us to get so amped up. But the thing is that realize just who you're working with. Even looking at those files, these emails are like written by straight up incels. Did you have any of y'all read them? They're like the dumbest. They're like, oh, love that torture vid. Haha. Speak to you soon, pal. Like, what the fuck are y'all on? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they're idiots. Oh my god. Okay. But yes, that's basically my point. My point is that remember that through all the things that you're seeing, don't let it bring you down. Get angry, because anger equals power and fuel. Do not become fearful, though. That is more of what they want. They want you to be afraid, not angry. They want you to be scared. They want you to be like, oh my god, what's gonna happen to us? Oh my god. No, don't be like that, bro. Don't let them think that they have any kind of power over you, because they don't. All right. You have a lot of power. You have a lot of place to stand up for yourself. You can do this shit. We're all doing this shit. Unity is key. Everything's coming together. Believe me, even if it looks like it's falling apart completely, it's falling apart because the old regime is falling apart. All right. Just like the US system, yeah, it's literally in the garbage, okay? And that's honestly a good thing, because it was never good. It was never for the people. It was never, the US government system was never for the people. It was always for the people who wanted to take from other people. That's it, okay? But we're not feeding into that for a reason. That is a very important thing. I want you guys to remember that. Um Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So people are saying, someone said, "Dude, why aren't more people angry about this? It's not a joke." Exactly. So that's the thing, is that even with that, I'm not listening to the people who are acting like they're not angry. I'm not listening to the people who are acting like they're making a joke out of it. Thankfully, I'm surrounded by people who are just as angry as I am, because I choose to not pay attention. I'm not trying to convince anybody. Everyone knows it's wrong, whether they want to act like it is or not. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Act like it's not wrong. That's your problem. What I'm going to be focusing on is making a difference, because I know that me ignoring, to me, it's like ignoring bullies. You ignore bullies, they're going to leave you alone, or like their energy will no longer be there to fuck with anyone, right? If you leave all these people alone who are acting like they're not angry enough, then you can focus on the people who are angry enough, and y'all can unite and do something even greater about this, just like boycotting things, which I've been very heavily adamant about, and other things like this that are very important, that actually make a very big difference in this reality. So no more focusing on why are more people angry about this. Yes, it is jarring, definitely, in a way, but also remember that it's like desensitization, okay? In the way that some people think like, oh, cope, cope, cope. That's just the way it's not. That's not the way it is. And the more that you act like it's not normal, it's the better for everyone too, because you're showing everyone that, yeah, this shit is not normal. And that's how it's not normal. Keep it clear like that. Just like, that's how I've been on Twitter, bro. On all social medias, I make it clear, like, this is not normal. This is not, I'm not going to act like it's normal. It's not normal. It will never be normal. And I will always only interact with people who see it the way I do, because we naturally show other people why this shit is not normal. And that is even more of, it's like even more power for people to want to make a difference even more. We're making it though, and the kids are very affected now. Like the children nowadays are very affected by everything on the internet. That's why children are so smart now. It's because they're meant to make a huge difference in this reality. They're meant to be protected, and they're meant to help, and they are. That's what they're intended to do. That's literally their, when I was a child, it was like I didn't know shit about anything, genuinely. I didn't know anything about politics. I didn't know anything about anything, because we weren't like that. I'm sure I'm 25. So when I was a kid, it was like the early 2000s, and then like half of the 2010s. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I'm the opposite now. And I feel like my children will know everything too, that we all have to know. And it's very important to know. Okay. I intend that that helped you. To everyone who's watching, I'm very passionate about these things. I'm not going to shut up about it. All this stuff is very important. I will never even, I don't know. I just, it's like never say never, but I never fucking will ever. I will never be quiet about any of these things. These things are too important to be acting like they're not, and they genuinely affect me. So we have to all be very loud about it. Okay. Someone said, I keep trying to figure out or guess what within my consciousness has caused that to happen so I can eradicate it. I don't know that. I don't know that thank you for your help. That's what you said. I understand. It's okay. Honestly, take your time. Like, it's completely understandable. And it's definitely just like a fear-based thing. I understand. I've been there myself too, and I couldn't understand why, but I figured it out for myself. I was just like, this is anxiety. It's like you're trying to find a reason to be stressed out about something, and I chose not to settle for that anymore. And yeah, don't be afraid. You're going to be okay. Everyone will be okay. You deserve happiness, and you have to remember that, and everyone in your family does as well, so everyone will be safe. I promise. Someone said, having financial troubles, and I've been dealing with food insecurity lately. Haven't had a full meal in days, to be honest. Is there a way I can apply these teachings while in, quote, survival mode, unquote? Okay. Oh my gosh. I want to say I'm sorry about that. Like, definitely, because it's, like, that's, I know, like, I've been through things like this too, and it does feel very heavy in the moment. I know that you can make it through though. I know that you can overcome it, and I know that you are. I feel like even with this, you could definitely apply these teachings, and I personally would, even if there are moments that I feel angry. For example, like, let's say I feel very angry. Let's say that I'm in your shoes and I feel very angry, and I'm like, bruh, this, that, whatever. I have to realize that being angry is not going to help anyone, because I'm not making myself feel better. So what can I do in that moment instead? What I can do is I can apply what I'm learning from this in the way that I can remember that. For me personally, like, if it were me, the way that I would see this is I would be like, okay, it's okay, because I know that I will have a full meal, or I already do have one. I personally would say I know that I will have one, because I know it will manifest instantly. But just making everything into the most positive thing that you could possibly make it for yourself anyway. So make every little thing a positive thing. So even if you've had like a small meal, personally, like what I would do in my own vision point of view, I'd just be like, I'm so thankful I even have this right now. I'm so thankful that I could even eat this much today. I'm thankful I even have anything in my body because I think so much about people around the world who don't have food. And oh my gosh, it just like you think about it, bro, and like these some kids are starving, bro, and it's like, oh my gosh, because the way that that feels is horrible to feel, and that's something where it's like if even if I haven't been full, I'm so thankful that I can even experience what it is to taste something today because there's kids in Palestine who haven't or who don't, you know what I'm saying? So I think that with this, even with survival mode and what it feels like to be something that you're really trying to survive here, you can still apply every single little blessing into your life into something that brings more gratefulness for you, but also remembering that you're still fulfilled, you're still always taken care of. Always assume that you're always divinely taken care of, and always assume that you get your meals very easily, okay? That's something that would help you a lot. Assume that you always get very like you're always provided for, always easily taken care of. It's nothing where it's like a big deal. It's not that you're an inconvenience. No, it's very easy. People want to take care of me. If you start implementing this right now, I promise you, you're going to manifest that. Like I promise you, you will. Someone's going to buy you a meal. You're suddenly going to have like in a growing food supply, but do it. Like be on your own side and it's going to help you a lot and you're going to learn a lot from this because you're also going to see how limitless you really are because your assumptions are helping you here. All right, you're going to see how your assumptions are really helping you and that's a great thing always. Remember, you guys have so much creation through your thoughts. You can create so much with your intention. Please just create and do everything that you can to because you can. And it's that simple genuinely. Someone said, "Hey Electra, currently I am manifesting clear skin. Do you think I can manifest even my acne scars away? I have terrible acne scars. It's like deep scars. I don't know how to tell you." Absolutely. Yes, I know people who have done that. I know people who have literally had like what is that word called? It's the acne. It's like when you have really bad I forgot what it's called. It's not hormonal acne. It's like something, but it's like the cystic acne. I think that's what it is. I know people who've had that and their scars do go away. And it's because, for one, for them, a lot of them do assume, thankfully, that's what they're supposed to do. I feel like always assume the best, but also if you want to take inspired action, you can. If you want to get like acne or scar creams and stuff like that, that you feel will help you and things like that, or like trying different things, but also having a great mindset while you're doing them, it's going to help your face a lot. Okay. So that's my greatest advice for that, because I know for me, I used to have a lot of acne scars. You don't see any of them at all anymore because it's been a really long time, but honestly, like when I did have, it was a lot. It was like a lot. People thought I had freckles because there were like so many. And I remember I was like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, it's not gonna stay like this. It's gonna go away because they're just scars. Like, whatever. Scars disappear. You know what I'm saying? Like, even here, let me see. I had a scar on my finger. Oh my god. Can I actually not find it? Okay. Can you see this? You can't even see. You see that scar that looks like a yeah, that white scar? I got that when I was, in 7th grade. I got in 7th grade when I was crying because Stefan died on The Vampire Diaries. And then they killed him like 5 more times on the show later on, but whatever. That was the first time he died, and I thought he was dead for real. And I was washing a glass, and it broke, and it slit my finger the fuck open. And I remember I don't mind this scar, right? But that was like a choice. I actually like this scar, so I kept it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I mentally kept it. And then I had other scars here. You're not gonna see it. It's literally not gonna be here. But I had this horrible scar here for years because I got hurt like really bad. I fell and I scraped it and it was so ugly. It was so bad. Not like the scar. The wound was ugly, but I didn't want that. So it disappeared. Yes, you can do it. I promise. Assume what you want and you'll get it. Be strong-minded and you will achieve. I promise. You already have. Believe that and you definitely already have. Okay. Let's answer a few more, guys. Oh, yes, that's so sweet. Magic and mediums. Listen to her. I'm financially supported subliminals in the background, and while conscious, it works. Thank you so much for saying that. It does work. I love using these subliminals too. Like, they be helping. Thank you. And thank you for saying that. And yes, listen, I will. Yes, I did financially support it. Maybe I'll do one for food. Maybe I'll do one for like always being full, always being physically full. But I would have to do it like in a way that YouTube won't mark it because every single time I make videos or like I make like subliminals about weights, like weight, losing weight, gaining weight, it marks it as like self-harm or some shit. So I don't know, bro. But I'll figure it out. Thank you for saying that though. I feel like this is great to add to all of it. Someone said, "You are literally the light of most of my days." That's so sweet. And thank you for your empowering words, girl. Thank you. You're so sweet, love. Thank you. I was also wondering about your view on crystals and which one is your personal favorite. I love crystals, actually. I really like crystals. I have so many crystals. I just don't have like a big place to put them, but I have a lot of crystals. And my favorite one, what would be my favorite one? I feel like my pal has always been tiger's eye, which I have spoken about a lot. They're very powerful. You know, crystals are all very powerful. I know some people think like they're demonic, but I actually saw a post this last week that confirms what I've been saying for years. People who think like crystals and stuff like that are demonic are just afraid of their own shadow. You know what I mean? Like everything is energy. Crystals are energy. You can't call something that's from the earth demonic in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally from earth. They're real crystals, they're real rocks. I feel like they're, you know, it's like very empowering. It's a very strong, what's it called? It's a very strong thing that you can feel from these crystals. And I love Tiger's Eye for money. Tiger's Eye is amazing for money. That was like one of my greatest ones for that. But the one that I really love, I love Carnelian, which I know that you already know about because I've spoken about it too, because it was like one of my first confident, like very strongly confident crystals. So those two would be like my favorite. I don't want to say my favorite though. I feel like I love a lot of crystals, but those two are the ones that I'm like very much with that. But all of them we are, right? But yeah. Thank you for asking. That's really cute. Um yes, sweet for real, Matthew, what you said. I manifest that y'all get what you all want, whether financial support or anything. That's so sweet. Period. And you're completely right. Love that. Someone said, "This reminds me of the law that says that they have to tell you everything, and when people comply, it shows that they're okay with it. And the darkness can say, 'Well, we told you.' They tell us in movies." Yes. Oh my gosh. My sisters and I were just talking about that and outright what they're doing. Yes, these kids are so smart. I substitute teach, and these kids are so empathetic and really loving. Yes, they are. I work with like autistic children now, which is like update, guys. Yeah, I just started working with autistic children like 2 weeks ago, literally. And the kids are they're so cute, bro. Like it's something that I didn't grow up like. I didn't grow up with cute kids, bro. I grew up with like demons. I'm sorry, let me not say that. I grew up with like children who were so fucking bad, and these kids are so sweet and they're so empathetic, and like they help each other and they talk. They're just like so, what's it called? Like they're so sensitive, and I love that. Like yes, practice empathy. These boys are empathetic. These girls, like that's what I want to see. And yes, so my sister said the other day actually about that is that technically she said that what these people believe in is they believe in karmic debt. So they believe if they don't tell you what they're doing, that it will fall back on them, which ultimately it does either way. What, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna say, "Ha, I'm gonna kill you right now," oh, so I killed you, and now that you knew that because you know I was gonna kill you because I told you, I'm good. No, like karma still comes through, bitch. Y'all stupid. You know what I'm saying? So these dummies think that them telling us is gonna alleviate their karma. It's not. It's not. It makes their egos feel better. It doesn't alleviate anything. It doesn't change anything. And also then it's like, yeah, people like that's the whole thing with this is like standards need to be raised. You know what I'm saying? Like we all have to just continuously raise our standards, because if I had lower standards, I would stay on TikTok. I really would. I wouldn't care, right? Whenever they're watching us anyway. No, like absolutely not. I'm not gonna look at, bro. Did y'all see like what they wanted y'all to agree to? Yeah, we're basically stalking you, and we're gonna find out if you're gay, straight, if you're an immigrant or not. Are you cool with that? Okay, that's like an insult. I would get the fuck out of here. And that's the craziest part is like all these things probably have those kinds of things in their, what is it called, where you a terms and agree and conditions, and it's like if you don't read through all of it, are you gonna know that? Yeah, you have to. That's why it's like I was thinking today. I was like, I have to do business with only clean people. I have to do business one independently with everyone. I don't like fuck the government. I'm not doing business with that. I'm not doing business with any kind of big group, big label, big anything, big nothing. Everything is tight and compact. That's what she said. But literally in the way that everything is safe, independent. I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know exactly who I'm doing business with. I'm not sending money to nobody unless I fucking know you. Period. Right? Exactly. Seriously. Anyway, Oh, I love you, Kandi Hira. You're so sweet. You're queen. You're queen. Thank you so much. Aw. Okay, so you said that you spent $1,000 on your acne scars and it's still the same. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, it's okay. They have a lot of questions. So you said, my question is, if I say it is done and then I'm unconsciously looking for signs, doesn't mean I'm assuming a time delay. Okay, so if you have spent so much money and you feel like nothing is working like that, it's time to turn to yourself, because that's what I've learned through my experiences too. There were times that I would spend like a hella money trying to figure shit out, or like my mom would, about like something that could be resolved if you do this, if you buy that. But the truth is that a lot of those things wouldn't work, especially if you don't assume that they will. I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy. Um, if you want things, no, it's not actually. I'm assuming it's watch it like not itch anymore. But basically with that, it's like literally not itching anymore. Um, yeah, you have to start assuming now. Now you have to start assuming that absolutely your acne scars are taken care of naturally. Just believe that the sun will take care of them. That's what I did. That's how I got rid of them. It was by the sun. So what I would do is I'd put on sunblock, I'd go outside, lay down in the sun. You could do this in like the summer or in springtime, like whenever you actually want to go outside and be in the sun. But like for example, I always believe that the sun heals you, but that's a belief system because some people think that the sun hurts you. I believe that the sun helps you. So I would just like believe that my acne scars would be taken care of because I'm outside, and just like that, it helped a lot. All right, it helped a lot. So take matters into your own hands, and even if you do assume that you're unconsciously looking for signs or whatever, don't assume it's causing a time delay. Just say that it's your ego trying to find answers, but that you don't need these answers. So to just chill on them, just be like, I don't need these answers. I'm good. Like, you're good. You don't need these answers. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're not assuming a time delay though, unless you say that and continuously say that, but you're not, because why would you? So someone else said, I think it all comes down to natural assumption, right? Like trusting the process. It always does. Trusting the process, I feel like naturally is definitely the biggest flex in the world. If you trust the process, everything comes together so much quicker, so much better, and it just naturally manifests for you just like that. And also peep how my nose is not itching anymore. It's an assumption that you make. You stick with it, it manifests, period. If you say it is done, there's no need to look for signs because you know that it is done. Like if you know gravity exists, you don't do things to prove it exists. You just walk knowing, period. I love that. Thank you for saying that because you're completely correct and you're completely right. Yes, absolutely. You just know what you know and it all works out for you because why would it not? Exactly. Y'all know that it would. Always, period. My brothers are autistic. They're teenagers and I love them so much. That's so cute. Yeah, my brother's also autistic, which is crazy. And I had a dream about him last night. That's really cool though. That's really sweet. Thank you for sharing that with us. Someone said the energy on TikTok is so dark, to be honest. It's like a low level astral plane, bro. That's literally why I used to get fried on there. I remember when I first like was uploading all in 2020, when I was like uploading all these spiritual TikToks, I would get flamed to the front, to the back. I would be like, selling your soul is real, this, that. And they'd be like, what kind of meds, what kind of meds do you want? Like shit like that. Of course, sheep shit. But yeah, I always thought that too. That's why I avoided TikTok for so long. Like I would go on and post, but I would never, ever, ever watch any videos because I was like mad at the app. I was like, fuck this app, bro. Like these people, it's like they don't want to understand anything. But then you also have to remember a lot of the people on that app were teenagers at that time. So it's kind of like, you know, a lot of them were being assholes just to be funny or just to like get a rise out of you, whatever, to like, I was gonna say dick ride other people, but like literally it's like bandwagoning. Whatever. Fuck that up. Literally. Um, Someone said, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Winx Club. I have, but you literally look like a real version of Darcy, one of the tricks. That's so sweet. She has this soft goth aesthetic. It's chic and witchy in my eyes. I love your hairstyle. Thank you so much. That's so sweet and so cute. I'm gonna take a picture of that. I'm gonna look up Shorty later. Thank you for saying that. I genuinely appreciate that so much. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Last few questions, guys. How to know if I'm persisting correctly. Sorry for asking too many questions. You're not. Don't worry. You're not at all. Don't worry. And then you said, I'm inspired by your law of assumption journey. You're just a support system for me, but it's time for me to stop over consuming. God bless you. You're so sweet. I'm taking a picture of that too. Girl, it's okay. I'm glad to just be there for you. You don't have to like listen to all the stuff that I say in terms of like overwhelming yourself. Take it easy, take it slow. God bless you. And thank you for being here and for learning from me for so long. The loyalty means more to me than anything else. As long as you're making your life the best, you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Stay, leave, whatever. Just be happy. That's what I care about the most. And if you're happy, then I'm happy. But if you know that you're persisting correctly, you basically are continuously feeding you're continuously feeding your assumptions as much as you can, okay? As literally much as you can. So anytime that you think about your desires, are you assuming in favor of this or not? Like, ask yourself that and peep what you're doing. If you're not, you're gonna know that you're not like really persisting because you're still falling short in a way. I don't want to say like those words, but it's almost okay, not falling short. You're still kind of not believing in yourself to the extent that you should be. Okay. So if you know that you're persisting correctly, or like, I don't want to say correctly because you're always, if you're persisting, you're persisting. But if you mean like you're consistently persisting, like you should be, what you would ask yourself is like, do I believe this? Like, am I telling myself what I want to believe about this? And if you're not, you'll know. But if you are, you're just going to keep on moving in that direction. That's it. Like, you'll be on a roll. Okay. So it's as simple as that. It's just like a simple check-in. Just ask yourself if you're saying the things that you want to say to yourself consistently speaking. And if not, shift it and it will be done. Okay. So yeah, it's really simple. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry at all. Can you talk about the angel number 333? I see this like crazy, but I feel like I never know what it means exactly. I cannot believe you just asked me that. Go check out my other lives. I literally made a live. Wow, like that, like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, about 333, angel number 333. Go check it out. I cannot believe that. It's mind, body, soul balance. And I just can't believe that you're asking me that. Like the synchronicity of it is really cool. But yeah, go check that live. I talked about it for like 30 minutes, I think. But yes, okay, last question. Someone said, last question. Can you avoid spiritual psychosis with simply the law of assumption? The reason I ask is because a lot of people talk down on spiritual awakening and the third eye. Absolutely. Wait, can you avoid? Absolutely. Yes, of course you can avoid that. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to too many people, please, guys. Like, the biggest thing that I had to learn to do is stop fucking listening to so many people, because a lot of people don't know what they're doing yet. Like, a lot of people are still figuring things out for themselves. You think that someone has all the answers, they don't. Not everyone has all the freaking answers, and especially not all the people that you think that you look up to. Remember that if you don't know these people on some sort of spiritual or some okay, I guess spiritual level too, but on some sort of personal level, if you don't know them on some personal level, even in the slightest way, you can't just like take everything they say and run with it. So if people are shitting on spiritual awakening, who even does that, bro? If people are doing that, it's because they haven't experienced it themselves. That's not your problem, okay? That's their problem. How do you even talk down on the third eye? Like, the third eye is something that we all have, okay? We all have a third eye. Are you going to open it or are you not? Whatever, that's your choice. At the end of the day, spiritual psychosis is just a result of you feeling too much of the spirituality and thinking that like the whole world, it's like you're trapped in a bubble of only spirituality, when remember that you still live in an ego world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still have money to survive. We still got to eat. We're still human beings technically, right? Even though we're souls within bodies, we're borrowing our bodies, but we're still people on this earth. Just remember that anyone who talks about any of these things in a negative light, if someone's talking about something that helps people in a negative light, and I mean genuinely helps people to become more awakened, more spiritual, stronger within themselves, then they probably have not experienced it themselves, thus making their point invalid, one. And number two, if anyone is shitting on something that makes people actually feel better, and I don't mean egotistically feel better, like going on a consumerism shopping spree and buying like $300 worth of things or whatever. I mean, you could do that, that's fine. But I'm just saying that is different, because that is different from the extent of a spiritual change within you, because the ego things are going to make you feel better for a little bit. Spiritual things last forever. So after I went through my spiritual awakenings, I was forever changed in such an empowering way, where everything within me was making shifts in my external, because I was letting everything within me guide me along the way. All right. So I didn't hear someone around me who was like, oh my God, I went through this huge spiritual awakening. I'm a different person now. And then I thought, sure, yeah, right, whatever. What does that prove about me? That proves that I'm someone who obviously feels threatened, because I maybe don't understand it. I've never been through that. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Maybe I'm jealous that they feel a sort of relief or release in their life and I don't. Anything like that. You take all these things as these people must feel threatened, because people who don't feel threatened don't shit on things like that ever. They talk up to it. They help other people. Maybe they'll just watch it. Maybe they'll just see what you're talking about, but they're not going to judge you. But a truly happy and fulfilled person doesn't judge other people. They don't judge other concepts. I don't judge other religions. I don't make fun of other gods. I don't say wow, bullshit here, bullshit there. No, everything is open to determine, what is it, to perception. Like everything is open. LOL, I just scratched a different part of my nose. After I said, what's it called? Like this part stopped itching, and but it's done now. Everything is open to interpretation. Okay, so you can't just say this is it and that's it. This whole world is an enormous melting pot for real. I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about spirituality. We all believe in different things, even in the slightest way. I'm sure what I believe in is not 110% what everyone else around me believes in, because we all just have different perception of things. And you have to stay open-minded when it comes down to these things as well, because the things that have helped other people, you may not understand, but they're a better person because of their experiences, and that's not for you to understand. It's not your problem. It's their life. You either take what they got and learn from it, or you just fuck off, you know? Or you learn from it. Literally, you fuck off or you learn. That's it. But all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here today. You're glowing. Oh, you're glowing. Thank you so much for saying that. That's so sweet. Kwandil Hira, thank you for saying that. God bless you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being here today. It was so fun to talk about these things with you guys. It always is. I'm very excited for Thursday. I'll be back on Thursday for another video. That will be a law of assumption video, so stay tuned about that. But I'm very excited, guys. And yeah, remember what I said. The Eternal Starlight has dropped. We're gonna go live. I don't know when. I don't know when, but probably sometime soon. I'm gonna talk to my sisters and everything, but we've been posting on there a little bit, and we're gonna like really get to basically like building it even more. So I'm really excited, guys. Thank you for everything. I'm really happy that I give you hope. That like means so much to me, and I intend that you use that and that you inspire people around you as well, because we're all in this together. I love you guys so freaking much. God bless you. I will speak to y'all on Thursday. Please take care, everyone. I love you guys. Bye, angels. Please take care, and thank you guys for everything. Love you. Bye.